At the gas station. I put 51 liters into this thing, and it's not quite full, just about full. $60 worth. I don't know how freaking big this tank, and I put in $20 the other day, and wow, this thing's got like a huge tank on it. I don't know what a 2002 Dodge Caravan gas tank is. Well, I guess to put more traction in the back, I guess. I don't know. You know, it's a front-wheel drive. I gotta cut them off. I only cut people off who I know they are. They won't hold a grudge against you, you know. Okay, so yeah, 51 liters into the sucker. The tank's almost full. I figured, okay, I'll put in $60. I got paid yesterday, so I was like, okay, I'll fill up the tank and I'll ration out the tank as much as I can. I'm doing a lot of idling with this thing right now. You know, at nighttime, they're sitting at the hall. Basically, what I do is, you know, my research and stuff like that, or you know, watch YouTube videos is my research business, that type of thing. And while I'm doing that, you know, it gets cold. Like right now, it's 2 degrees out. Where you know, it goes cold, goes hot, goes cold right now. So I think we're gonna have like a very mild Christmas, which is kind of nice. But I think right after that, we're back into the deep freeze again. You know. So I'm like, okay, well, it's Friday. I should go visit people because I'm probably not going to have a chance to visit people before Christmas and stuff like that. So I mean, okay, well, I'll go see Junior. I'll go see Chum if I can, if they're home. If not, you know, just whatever. I don't know if Chum will be home yet, but I figure I'll go up to Otter Lake and get some more meat sticks because they got the best meat sticks there. I know they're probably not good for you, but I don't care. You know, it's about living for the now. You know what I mean? Indulge. I came up last night. It was my longest trip since that last trip I did. And I got to thinking, I watched, I don't know if you guys, if you're not into Crude and Rude, you're not going to like this guy. But if you got a sense of humor, this guy's he's pretty over the top. Regular car reviews. It's just regular cars. I don't know if it's, I can't remember, it's YouTube channels, whatever his handle is. This guy's a car reviewer. And, ooh, that black ice. And, you know, he does a lot of, you know, he's a YouTuber. He's a professional YouTuber. Drives, you know, he'll drive shit buckets like this. He did a Hellcat a week or two ago or a month ago or whatever. He does, you know, Corvettes, DeLoreans, you know, Crown Victoria, Interceptors. And he just puts such a humorous spin on it. And he'll drive basically regular cars, the everyday man's kind of car, plus some supercars. So it's not just one of those shows where, oh, here's another car that you'll never be able to afford in your life. No, like he'll do like a Pontiac Regal, or he'll do you know, a Ford Fiesta, or whatever it's going to be, and he'll mock it and whatever. It's pretty. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, shiny on top. Yeah, you know. I was walking down the road the other day, and somebody, oh my God, Yeti, it's alive! So I thought, okay, it's time to shave. Well, I figured it'd be all presentable for Christmas, around the family and stuff like that. But anyway, he did this video, and it's completely offbeat to what he normally does, which is his car reviews and humor and stuff like that. And he did a neat one on the Dale. He did that one, which, if you don't know about the Tale of the Dale, I think is the name of the video. Very interesting. It's like one of the biggest car scams well, maybe not the biggest car scams in history, but it's a pretty big car scam. I'm going to watch my speed here. With the new tires, you get a little bit, I got traction now. You got to watch out. But anyway, he did this other video, YouTube isolation, and I listened to it, and oh my God, it was so insightful. Like, this guy, I guess he was a blogger before he was a YouTuber, but now he's like, I'm the same as him. He's the guy that lives at home, or, you know, his own home, I guess, and spends all day making YouTube videos and blogging or whatever, and that's his job. That's what he does for a living. And he talks about the isolation of it, how, you know, he kind of misses the old gang at work, where even if you didn't like some of them, it was like they were still kind of like your family. And you have to watch the video. I'll see if I can link it down below. Even if you're not a car person, that one video, like, there's just so much said in that video, and how isolation kind of works against the human mind, so to speak, and how, you know, something, you know, like there's never an easy ride in life, or too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like, there's just never that. Nothing is ever as simple as that. And I look at myself as a YouTuber, and, you know, okay, I live in it was my old boss in it. As a YouTuber, it's like, yeah, you are secluded from the real world in a lot of ways. You spend a lot of time just by yourself all the time, and you work from morning to night. Like, one thing, I guess this is with anybody that works for themselves, one of the things that you notice is that you never shut off. you're always, what's the next thing they're going to do? It's the same thing that farmers do and stuff like that, where they're never really done work, you know? Like, there's always one last thing they got to do before they go to bed. And they become workaholics, and very, very interesting like that. Because it's like, you don't see it coming. It really does creep up on you. Now, if you're mindful of it, you remember from time to time, you got to get out into the real world and socialize. Now, I'm heading up to Otter Lake right now to get those meat sticks. Last night when I went in, the girl behind the counter, I've seen her a few times or whatever. I was like, "Hey, hon, how you doing? You coming to get your meat sticks?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I haven't seen you for a while." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true. I haven't been out and about in a couple of weeks, really. You know, I've been pretty much, hermited in my own house." It's like, "Oh, geez, I better stay mindful of that." You go out and when I listen to this regular car reviews, guys, this is why I always tell people, when you talk to somebody, look them in the eye. I can't look at you guys in the eye right now, or I'll go off the road. It's curved, right? But I got it in there. And I always talk about my, shop teacher, Mr. Mazeros, the Hungarian guy. Don't be sorry, just shut up, or make eye contact when you talk to people, or you'll become a weirdo. And he's right. He was so right on that, because you become disconnected from people when they get up in the morning and you watch, like he says, you watch them go to work and all that stuff, and you almost miss it. And it's true, you kind of, you don't miss the job, you miss the atmosphere, I guess would be a better way to put it. But that's where the atmosphere is it's not that shitty job that you had, but you remember the people, like the last kind of job I had. I only worked with one other guy, but I do miss saying good morning to the boss in the morning and stuff like that. It's funny if that was just him. I saw him yesterday, stuff like that, but I didn't get to talk to him. I just drive by. I think I was him driving by again, which kind of, irony there, making a video. But I miss, how's the wife? Say hi to the morning to his wife. Good morning to him. What do you need done today? Oh, this and that. What did the dogs tear apart in your house today? Oh, they ate half of it. You had 5 of these high-strung labs that were mixed with some other, I don't know what they were mixed with, some other little butt. And these are the most hyper labs I've ever seen in my life. Picture a lab with the energy of a chihuahua, and he has 5 of them. And these were like 75, 80-pound dogs. They would eat everything. They ate a vacuum cleaner. Like, my dog steals stuff, chews stuff. Yesterday, she stole my uncle's barbecue brush. I heard my uncle screaming at her, "Lacey, you get back here with that!" And I come around the corner. Lacey runs right into her. She's got the barbecue brush in her mouth. And I'm like, okay. But my boss's dogs, they would eat the vacuum. They ate 2 brooms and a vacuum cleaner. They ate tools out of a tool bag. They ate the tool bag, too. They ate 90% of the tools. Like, I couldn't find it when I went to clean it up. And he says, it was a bag full of tools. I said, I found 3 screwdrivers and a handle. And he goes, really? He says, that was a full bag. They ate it. So it's kind of like, it's a bizarre stuff like that you'd see. And then, building the masterpiece, woodworking stuff that, like the boathouse and the deck and all that. Yeah, you miss that stuff. And then the job before that in the city, I miss, those mornings where everybody was kind of grumpy and screaming at them. One girl, she'd be on the other side of the store, and I'd yell her name, and she'd say, "What?" I said, "Why am I so perfect?" She'd be like, I just don't know. And then I'd yell at another girl across the store. I'd be like, yell her name. She'd be like, "What?" I'd be, "Can you lend me $582 million and 82 cents?" She'd be like, "No." "Okay, if it's too much, give me 82 cents. And just stuff like that. You'd hear customers starting to laugh and stuff like that, because it's like, who's this bizarre guy? Or my Godzilla stomping, when I get all these little boxes and I'd set them up, in the store in front of all the cashiers and all the customers. I'd be like, what's this guy doing? And I'd walk along and I'd do like the Godzilla march and stomp on the boxes, and you'd hear customers, everybody just be hitting the floor laughing because it was so funny. And the boss would never say anything because it was a great way to break tension and stuff like that. And I miss that. I do miss that, making life, fun of life in that. Or the day my boss saw me with the big 10-pound rubber mallet, big sledgehammer but made out of rubber, smashing boxes and everything right in the middle of the customer floor, laughing like a gremlin. My boss says, "Is that necessary?" And I said, "Yes." And the customers are just like, at that point, you just let the guy do what he's going to do. That type of thing. And I miss that. I do miss that. So I understand what this regular car guy is talking about. And he starts talking about some of the places he goes to work out. So I don't do that stuff, but where he goes, and it's like he sees other guys his age there. And I guess, I don't know how old the guy is. He's probably around my age. I'm in, almost in my mid-40s. And he's like, he hears like some of the older guys there, 70, 80 years old, whatever, sitting there, some of them starting to, you've known them for a while, and it's the same, same conversation almost every time you see them. There's nothing new in their life whatsoever. And he says, one day he noticed one guy starting to go, breaker 19, anybody out there? And he goes, but you just let it go because it's like, well, it's that guy, and that's what he does. And, he'll have basically conversations with himself and all that. And you see it as a lonely, desperate thing. You don't really make fun of these people because it's like, you really know that they're really out there struggling to communicate with life. They're in a crowded room, but they're still alone. And it is sad. And he goes, one day, he's there going, breaker 19, breaker 19. Anybody out there? Please answer me. You know what I mean? So that, it's I think it's the psychological of people being disconnected from other people. And that's why, like now that I got the road rage van and stuff, I always try to make it a habit. Although I'm bad for it with my friends and stuff like that, I don't visit them as much as I should. But I always try to not stay isolated. And if you are a YouTuber, or even any sort of job where you work for yourself or you work from home, don't stay isolated. Get out once in a while. Yes, take some time for yourself. Not so much that you're going to, ruin your livelihood, but, enough that you're not going to, be sitting there going, breaker 19, someone please answer me. You don't want to turn into that. So you do have to have human contact. As soon as the sun comes out, it gets really warm in here. So these things are important. And I remember I worked at the same place before my previous job. I was working with a Newfoundlander guy. He came in. He was a Newfoundlander. Lord, Thunder and Jesus, by how you getting on in town? Mom and Dad, they all Toms. Lord, Thunder and Jesus. Yeah, how you getting on? And I said, well, what did you do before you joined here? He goes, I was working eBay. He says, I fixed up like shortwave radios and ham radios and stuff like that. He was working on one that he had at home from a Lancaster bomber. I mean, he got this old radio, he fixes them up and he sells them, everywhere. And I said, oh yeah, I guess it didn't pay very well. He goes, no, on the contrary. He says, I was making 35 grand a year, barely trying. And I said, okay, well, I know what you get paid here. Why would you have quit that? And he says, he was starting to drink too much at home. Basically, his wife kicked him out of the home in the sense of get out and get another job. This thing's messing with your head, being alone all the time. And I think some people can handle it, some people can't. For me, I'm one of those. I'm like my power animal is a bear, and I do share a lot of similarities to a bear, where I can be solitude for such a long time. Last man on earth wouldn't bug me. But when I want to socialize, I want to socialize. So in that sense, I'm a lot like a bear. Now I'm a little bit cleaner shaven. I don't look like a bear or a yeti anymore. But give it a couple of weeks, I will. But on the other hand, too, I started thinking about myself. Well, yeah, what do? I sit there and I make videos in my underwear all day, my long johns, So I was like, okay, I do that. That's probably, I don't know if that's healthy or not. Maybe yes, I'm comfortable with it. I mean, maybe a little too comfortable. Whatever. Okay, fair enough. But the thing is maybe I'm not getting out enough. Now, that said, I'm always looking to change that and that type of thing. So it really, the isolation of it is, I think where that gets to people is that they lose hope that maybe, there'll be, something they can be a part of again. And for me, I do feel like a part of the YouTube community, but I really don't view it like, if it wasn't for my YouTube videos, I'd probably go on the internet maybe once a week. I'm really not interested in the internet that much. It happened to turn into my job. It just, it really did kind of happen by kind of planned accident, so to speak, I guess you could say, where it's, okay, well, I'm going to make videos, and they found a way to monetize them, okay, and people kind of listen to what I have to say. Okay, well, I'll keep doing it, and then all of a sudden one day is, well, do I want to, break my back for the rest of my life for little money, or do I want to do something I enjoy for little money? That type of thing, and that's where I'm at. And maybe it's something I won't be able to do forever. I'll take it as far as it goes. Again, you're talking to a guy here who's had more than 81 jobs in his lifetime, and probably close to 90 now. I've never been fired once, and I've been let go so many times, contract ends, bankruptcy, you name it. I've done it so many times, and that type of thing. So I'm used to adapting to new things. That's just the way I roll. I don't like to, it's nice to have a comfort zone, but I understand, like, once something fails, you can't look back, you have to move forward. It's just, if not, you're gonna be that guy in the chair going breaker 19, or you're gonna jump off a building, or you're gonna do something rash, if you can't handle that. The way I look at it is, okay, well, I look at some of the jobs that I've lost, getting laid off, only to say, well, in hindsight, yeah, at the time it sucked. Because, okay, oh my God, how am I going to pay my rent the next month, whatever. I made just enough to barely get by, and somebody keeps moving the ends, the bookends, you know what I mean? Like, you just make enough to, make ends meet, and they keep moving the ends, okay, I get that. But then on the other hand, it's like, okay, well, adapt or die, you know what I mean? Like, that's the mentality I got, but maybe not everybody has that mentality. So I look at it as, okay, well, that's one thing, but you start looking at these people that are extremely wealthy that don't do anything at all during the day now. You usually do see these people go off the deep end. Millionaires, like people who have it all. They have it all. They have everything. But they don't have their peace of mind. They don't have their belonging. I mean, if a millionaire or a billionaire who doesn't work or do anything all day comes to your place for dinner, what is he really going to talk to you about? Nothing. He's got nothing in common with you. For me, it's like I do find that I'm a bit on the outskirts that way when I talk about work because I don't do a conventional job. So it's like, okay, well, fair enough. So how do I make the connection to people? Well, one thing I'll be doing, again, I'm always looking, like I said, I'm always looking for a reason or an excuse to do something. That's why, and to the point where I guess ADD, we are in an ADD-ridden society where you're always looking for overstimulation. But, I love being a part of events, but I understand too, not everybody, everything I do, a lot of people don't want to be on the internet too. So I get that, but there's a lot of people too, they experience the world through their cell phone, and again, I'm guilty of this, where, okay, well, here's something amazing happening, maybe you should just take it in before you film it. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Okay, I get that. Sometimes you have to shut the camera off, sometimes you have to remember to do that, or else you get so caught up in it that you can't let it go. Like, you just, you're always on. It never stops. And I guess, again, this would be any business owner or anything like that. And, I can't see. No, I'm still on the road. Okay. So, like, next week, or maybe the week after, I might wait till the week after, there's a jam night in Wakefield, and I'm going to see if I can go to that. It's pub 1850. It's been there I got drunk there when I was a teenager, like that thing. It's been there a long time. The building's probably older than me. And there was that's one thing I love about going to the hall. I talk to people at the hall. It's part of my routine. Even though I don't work there, but it's like my cousin works there, my dad works there, my brother works there, that type of thing at the hall. And, well, not at the hall, but like for the municipality or whatever. But I go there and I like talking to the people there. Like it's like, oh, well, what did you do today? Well, what's new, what's exciting, what's this, what's that, And it really, at the end of the day, you're like, you're like, can I get in now? Yeah, I can. I'm going to check out the hall. Just got to take a whiz. But, you talk to these people and it's like, oh, how's your kids? This, that. And it's connection. It's a connection. But some people forget to do that. And if you are that person, like, get off the internet once in a while. It's okay to do that, but it's like being stuck in a cubicle all day. You know what I mean? Like, you're dead inside, For me, I don't feel dead inside at all. Like, I'm the total opposite. I don't know, maybe my ego doesn't allow me to... self-loathe. I know maybe I think I'm better than I am. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm so full of myself that it's like, and maybe that's what's saving me. You know what I mean? Like it's the idea that I really, it's like whatever, bring it. Just bring it. I'm good. Just bring it. I put a smack down on that. You know what I mean? But some people don't. The only thing that does depress me is this Corvette that I'm going to drive by. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, I can get it for $500 a year, but anyway, I don't want to divert too much. But I mean, like, this summer, like, relatives that live right here beside this Corvette, I didn't know, and it's like, it was cool to just kind of meet somebody you never met before, and they happen to be related to you, just because you were looking at a car that's got so much snow on it, Ford Corvette. I don't know, it's late 70s Corvette. But anyway, getting back to the task at hand here, I guess the isolation for some people drags them down. It drags them down emotionally, spiritually, whatever. And it's not so much what I do for myself or whatever. It's what are you going to do for yourself? And with for example, that jam night, to me, I know I'm going to meet a whole bunch of people. That's one of the things I love most about the jam nights is all these people you never met before. But even at that, it gets like when I was living in Ottawa, I was hitting jam nights, and then after about the third or fourth time at the same place, you're kind of like, well, I wonder if there's another place. What else is out there? How do we keep it interesting? That type of thing. And that type of thing. And you do that. And it's like you always feel like something's new. And I think that's probably what gets some of the YouTubers now not just YouTubers, but people that work for themselves in general, that work from home or whatever. Again, I'm not saying everybody's a basket case that does this, but you know, it's when you see a side of you know, people that you're not expecting. That's like, okay, they actually think about this stuff. And like anything, you know, like the regular, I'm going to see if I can find that video again because it was such an insightful video. And you know, guys that I follow, like I like psychology, I like, you know, geopolitics, I like doing stupid, bizarre things. I like my road rage van, you know, I like that kind of stuff. Everybody knows that. But, yeah, you should be careful. I mean, stop! I'll make it. Turn on to Belmont here. I know I don't have the GoPro on. I got lots of GoPro videos that I got to catch up on before I start filming new ones. So that stuff is slowly going to start coming out. Oh my God! What kind of road is this? Yeah. This is lively. This is, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Let's see how much loose stuff is on this. I am attempting to go straight. Okay, that keeps life interesting. Though it might shorten it. Okay, I just wanted a place to turn. I'm scared now. Oh, I've been down here. Whoa. My side of the road. My side of the road. I'm at 50. Oh, this is nasty. This is, oh my God. Easy movement. Sorry, I'll get back to this. I was not expecting this. There's like nothing. It's just complete slush and black ice coming down this hill here. Was not expecting that. Thank God I got the newer tires on there. But yeah, like I just like over the other side. I wasn't driving. It's like it's running, but it's hitting it sort of a little something on my side of the road. Right. Easy. I mean, I'm doing 50. Man, I got to turn around here. I'm gonna die. Of course, there's a corner up there. I should be doing 40. There's gonna be a guy with a pickup truck coming at 120 behind me. I know this. Why? It keeps life interesting. But anyway. I may get distracted on this road a bit. Just following the ruts, I guess you could say. Man, I gotta find a place to turn here. Easy. I really don't want to take the issue, especially back here. There's like no man's land. So anyway, yeah, I think he done it much more elegantly than I did on this video, but I think the thing I'm trying to instill in people here is that don't get into a moment of despair if life gets stale for you, no matter what you're doing. I enjoy what I do. I really do. But I also... That'll lead me? Sorry. This might be my salvation. Or not. I should do it like this, but if I do it quickly, maybe I'll survive. Where's the ditch? I don't know. Somewhere. No, it's not a tractor trailer coming. Okay. I want to go back down where it's like driveway. You can do it. You can do it. Too much? Alright. That road is made out, this road is made out of complete shit. How is that possible? But anyway, finishing up, I think it's very important that people, understand that you've got to socialize with other people. And the longer you spend not socializing with other people, the more likely you are going to be awkward around other people. The first thing I notice, okay, and this is why I try to walk with my head up and what the hell's happening to my windshield? I can't see. You expect me to see through that? What the hell? The road is complete slush. 60 might be a bit too fast for this road. But I'm just going to pull over here. It's a straight stretch so I can do it. Dang it. Hopefully nobody comes by. But anyway, let me put my hazards on. I'll just finish up saying this, that I didn't expect this video to go on that long, but yeah, get out there and meet people. I know it's not easy to do, but just get something out there. But the big one is to look people in the eye when you're talking to them. And if you find yourself around people and you start getting social anxiety because you can't connect with people, start off with a small conversation. But most importantly, look people in the eye when you're talking to them. Especially if you got a nice nifty... I took a buzz clippers to that this morning. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's just the YouTube isolation thing. I guess I haven't really experienced it yet, but I guess because I'm aware that, you don't want to spend too much time away from people. Go visit people, go do something. You know, I have some friends that are not working right now, and I know, like, I don't like to see them at home doing nothing, you know, that type of thing, because it does, you know, idle hands makes for devil's work, and I think that does, it's the easy sliding slope to either drinking and depression and stuff like that. But sometimes when you could just make something new in your life, do one thing a month, 3 things a month, try to have 3 goals a day. Do your laundry, do this, do that. Somebody could say, I've accomplished that in a day. You do that, and the thing that happens in the long run is that you never feel like you're unaccomplished. And I think that's probably what gets the people, is that they feel unaccomplished after a while. I swear to God, that guy is going like, he's probably doing about 80. What a crazy guy. Anyway, there we go. So I'll leave it at that. So I'll put his video down below because I thought it was really interesting. And just, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to probably, you know, get what he's saying and stuff like that. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, please consider making a donation channel. Links down below. Thank you so much to everybody who has. Thanks for that. Rate, subscribe, share, comment, like. Be true to yourself. Be true to others. Always do the right thing, and have yourself a great day. G'day, and welcome. Hopefully it's not too noisy. I'll turn that down a bit. It's back at the gas station. I put 51 liters into this thing, and it's not quite full, just about full. 60 bucks worth. I don't know how freaking big this tank, and I put in 20 bucks the other day, and wow, this thing's got like a huge tank on it. I don't know what a Dodge 2002 Dodge Caravan gas tank is. Well, I guess to put more traction in the back, I guess. I don't know, even though it's a front-wheel drive. I'm gonna cut them off. I only cut people off who I know they are, because they won't hold a grudge against you, you know. Okay, so yeah, 51 liters into the sucker. The tank's almost full. I figured, okay, I'll put in 60 bucks. I got paid yesterday, so I was like, okay, I'll fill up the tank and I'll ration out the tank as much as I can. I'm doing a lot of idling with this thing right now. You know, at nighttime, they're sitting at the hall. Basically, what I do is, you know, my research and stuff like that, or, you know, watch YouTube videos and my research videos, that type of thing. And while I'm doing that, you know, it gets cold. Like right now, it's 2 degrees out. We're, you know, it goes cold, goes hot, goes cold right now. So I think we're gonna have like a very mild Christmas, which is kind of nice. But I think right after that, we're back into the deep freeze again. You know. So I'm like, okay, well, it's Friday. I should go visit people because I'm probably not going to have a chance to visit people before Christmas and stuff like that. So I mean, okay, well, I'll go see Junior. I'll go see Chum if I can, if they're home. If not, you know, just whatever. I don't know if Chum will be home yet, but I figure I'll go up to Otter Lake and get some more meat sticks because they got the best meat sticks there. I know they're probably not good for you, but I don't care. You know, it's about living for the damn, you know what I mean? Indulge. I came up last night. It was my longest trip since that last trip I did. And I got to thinking, I watched, I don't know if you guys, if you're not into crude and rude, you're not going to like this guy. But if you got a sense of humor, this guy's he's pretty over the top. Regular car reviews. It's just regular cars. I don't know if it's, I can't remember, it's YouTube channels, whatever his handle is. This guy's a car reviewer. And, ooh, that guy's. And, you know, he does a lot of, you know, he's a YouTuber. He's a professional YouTuber. Drives, you know, he'll drive shit buckets like this. He did a Hellcat a week or 2 ago or a month ago or whatever. He does, you know, Corvettes, DeLoreans, you know, Crown Victoria Interceptors. And he just puts such a humorous spin on it. And he'll drive basically regular cars, the everyday man's kind of car, plus some supercars. So it's not just one of those shows where, oh, here's another car that you'll never be able to afford in your life. No, like he'll do like a Pontiac Regal, or he'll do you know, Ford Fiesta, or whatever it's going to be, and he'll mock it and whatever. And it's pretty. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, shiny on top. Yeah, you know. I was walking down the road the other day, and somebody went, oh my God, Yeti, it's alive! So I thought, okay, it's time to shave. Well, I figured it'd be all presentable for Christmas, around the family and stuff like that. But anyway, he did this video, and it's completely offbeat to what he normally does, which is his car reviews and humor and stuff like that. And he did a neat one on the Dale. He did that one, which, if you don't know about the tale of the Dale, I think is the name of the video. Very interesting. It's like one of the biggest car scams well, maybe not the biggest car scams in history, but it's a pretty big car scam. I'm going to watch my speed here. With the new tires, you get a little bit, I got traction now. You got to watch out. But anyway, he did this other video, YouTube isolation, and I listened to it, and oh my God, it was so insightful. Like, this guy, I guess he was a blogger.